Welcome back to another Gala Games ecosystem update. This time it's the Spider Tanks AMA that happened yesterday. I watched the whole thing so you guys don't have to, so here's the audio version for all of you gamers who don't like to read. Let's get to it. So as always with any of the updates from Gala Games, you need to head over to the Discord and then jump to the right channel. But before we start that, I just want to say that there's two quick updates that was posted today by Spider Emperor. A new change to our matchmaking system is now live. No new game client is needed. The system will no longer match parties to higher ranked solo players, which is good because that solo player can turn the tables in that match. And then after that, there's another one which is a new change to our mission system is now live. No new game client is needed. Remove the rookie missions that require the player to reselect a weapon, body, and abilities before being able to head into a casual match. That was just annoying, so that was good removal of that mission. A new change to our matchmaking system is now live. No game client is needed. Matchmaking will now consider all members of the party to be the same rank as the highest ranked member of the party. So if you want to power level your friend, you are going to be facing enemies that are the same rank as you. So ideally you want to be roughly the same rank, or you want to know that your friend is of equivalent skill to your rank. So this is two balance changes for the matchmaking, and I'm 100% for any good changes to matchmaking because matchmaking does need a bit of work. But that's the updates on the changelogs. Let's head over to the Spider Tank announcements. So we had an AMA that started yesterday at 3 o'clock roughly, and Hendrickson did pretty much half of my job for me today. He summarized all of the AMA, which you can be found here. It's 65 minutes long. I think there's 10 minutes missing from this AMA. It was roughly like 1.5 hours, but the first like 10 minutes was just sorting everything out and getting everybody like sorted for the Discord stage AMA. So you can listen to the full version here, but Hendrickson has nicely summarized the AMA here, which I'll be going over. So we'll start off with the Spider Tanks AMA summary from the 6th of the 8th to the 23rd. Drop pods V2 will be introduced into the game, allowing users to select more time options when sending out a pod, depending on the atomic pod type or the Iron Clan pod. We're making it possible to return a drop pod before the timer ends, with a shorter grace period being free, and anything else costing Arceum. So a quick update on that: if you head over to the Spider Tanks discussion, you will see a post by Chair Bandit yesterday at roughly 7 o'clock my time. For those that missed the leak on Drop Pods V2, Atomic Common will be 12 hours and 24 hours, Atomic Uncommon will be 12 hours and 24 hours, Atomic Rare will be 12, 24, and 48 hours, Atomic Epic will be 12, 24, 48, 72 hours, Atomic Legendary is the previous plus 96 hours, and Atomic Ancient is the previous plus 120 hours, and Ironclad will give you the option to do it up to a maximum of 144 hours. So those hours are maximum time locked, I'm guessing, so you don't have to keep doing it every single day. You can just select, oh, just do it for 144 hours and let me forget about it for a couple of days. So that's an amazing improvement, because I don't want to log in every day, keep dropping my drop pods, but that does kind of give an issue if you get a daily deploy a drop pod mission. You might have to cancel it like they said in the previous announcements. Ability to unlock a drop pod for XX Arceum. The more 12-hour chunks your rental has left on it, the more Arceum it will cost you to unlock it. So like I said, for the quest you'll be able to unlock it, but it will cost you Arceum to get the reward. So if the rewards ain't worth it, I'd say just forget about that quest or re-roll it. Grace period, 5-minute timer, so you can unlock a drop pod for free if you screwed it up somehow or changed your mind. So if you gave the wrong like gamer tag for that person, or you've set the wrong like percentage, you have like a 5-minute grace period before it's deployed for you to cancel it and change it and put the actual details you need. Better start stacking. Ooh, better start stacking. So I'm guessing the prices might go up for these drop pods, or the V1 drop pods, the ones currently on sale, might have a benefit than the ones that will be sell afterwards. Who knows? But that is an update for the V2 drop pods. Factories are being worked on, with exciting concepts being finalized. Factories are complex, and it's important that they fit in the game as a whole. So a quick update on that was like they discussed the factory design that they had in 2021 currently doesn't fit into their game in 2023 and going forward. So they are redoing the factory concept and they're finalizing everything. and it's going to be of a more, it's not going to be like in 2021 it was like you do something you get X amount of Gala. In Spider Tanks it's like you probably do something you get X amount of silk. They don't want it to be like that, as like straight like bang bang. They want you to play the game and interact with it, and then you get rewards for doing that. So I think it's going to go along those lines. Map upgrade designs are close to getting done. There's work on more utility to connect with the ecosystem. So like I said, they're trying to blend everything together. They don't want to just make it like a simple like click click bang bang type thing. Tank parts are continuously taken into account when adding new ones in order to keep things balanced and fair. The idea is to make it possible to win with all types of weapons and parts. So what this means, I think the question was like, new items are getting released every single day, especially with like the Gen 2 releases. How are they gonna like do weapon balances, and how are gonna make sure there's no like sustainable power creep? And they said, we take everything into consideration, like most developers do try and take everything into consideration. But so far I have seen like you can use any tank part, and if you combine it with the right weapon, it is viable. For example, they talked about the T-Rex. Like everybody said the T-Rex is shit, but once it was upgraded to 30 with the longer range and the damage over time and the playstyle, like somebody knew how to play the T-Rex. Because everybody before was playing the T-Rex like any other tank, like in your face, like brawling back and forth. No, the T-Rex is a long range damage over time. You hide behind like barricades and you fire through the terrain. So your T-Rex, in my opinion, is basically like it locks down an area. So if you're in like Chicken Chaser, you lock down the barrels to deposit the chickens. If you're in Poultry Pusher, you lock down any means of attack towards your chicken. If you're in like Team Deathmatch, you're normally at the back supplying that suppression fire with your like cone of damage, so the enemies don't rush you. The T-Rex is weak to getting rushed, so if you want to counter it, you just teleport in or just bum rush the T-Rex. But that's what it means by they're taking everything into consideration. Quick casting. So this was a question by me. Quick casting of abilities would possibly added into the game. It is considered a cool quality of life addition. This is exactly why I wanted it. Currently, right now in the game, if you want to deploy a turret, for example, you have to press 1, put the mouse where you want the turret to be placed, and then press it and then left click. With quick casting, you just have your mouse already over the location you want the thing to be deployed, and you just press the ability and it will land where your cursor is. This is a good quality of life improvement for abilities like turrets, for Vortex, mainly Vortex, because I use Vortex a lot, and that 1-2 second delay is basically the change between getting like 2-3 people in the Vortex to getting just one person in the Vortex. So that's mainly why I want like quick casting in the game, if it's possible to do, which they said it will be. The option to select dedicated servers for exhibition matches is now being considered, so this is a good change. So if you just want to have an exhibition match in your own region, you'll be able to do that. The game may feature scheduled tournaments that players can register for to compete in brackets. It's something that's being worked on. So basically what this means is you can see, like, you log into the game, it will show you, oh, there's a tournament going to happen in like 2 hours, it's going to happen on Sunday. You can register for that tournament, participate in the tournament if it's like round robin or like elimination or like any type of like tournament bracket system, and then you can work your way up to like the finals and probably win something. We're looking at the ability for players to instantly achieve a certain upgrade at a flat rate as an option, so you won't have to reroll. So I believe the question for this was, can we get a button that automatically rerolls till it gets to a selected reroll that you select? So the guy was like, if I want a perfect or an example, can I just get a button that constantly rerolls till it hits that perfect or excellent? Not example, excellent. And or it was like, can I get a button that just uses 20 rows of resources and gets me that grade? So I don't think that is a good way to do it. The automatic reroll could be a thing, but this would be another big thing, because I've spent like hours just in my garage just pressing reroll upgrade, and I'd rather limit the time spent in my garage and spend more time in the actual gameplay. The bug report system may grow in the future to better inform users what became of their report. So I think there's like 3-4 good players that have been constantly getting like banned because like several players that don't want to play against them, they get into the match, leave, and just report the guy as like doing like bug abuse or like doing like griefing or whatever. And if he gets enough reports, it cancels that guy's ability to play, because he gets banned for like 2 hours and 6 hours like a day, then a couple of days. So they plan to upgrade the report system to make it so if you're abusing it, you'd also get banned. They did mention something along those lines, that if you're abusing the system, we will look at if you are one of the people that are doing it, and we could permanently ban your account. So be careful trying to abuse the system, because they are monitoring it and they're going to upgrade it in soon. Duo or solo ranked game modes, just like the ability to choose game modes / maps to play on, may get introduced when player-based growth allows it. So if more people start playing into the game, you could see a duo like game mode 2v2, or you could also see a 1v1 type thing. So that is an interesting concept. If they also have their leaderboards, it will be good to see like who is actually good at 1v1 and 2v2s and 3v3s. Supercharge is coming back relatively soon. It's getting reworked to better fit the new economy. So what they said on Supercharge is like it could come back right away, but if it comes back how its current version is, it will just mess up the distribution of like Silk and the Spider Tank's economy. So they're reworking it to better fit with the current new economy that they've built, and they're going to be releasing it back soon. A reduction of ELO loss for the MVP on the losing team is currently not supported by the score system. So this would be a good change. If you're the MVP on the losing team, you shouldn't lose as much as your other two teammates, mainly because you did play the best. You're like the most valued player on your team. So I think that's a good change that they could add to like kind of get rid of the losing streaks that you can have, like having just 5 losses in a row playing Poultry Pusher and Chicken Chaser. A way to manage your drop pods and tank part upgrades outside of the game is being worked on. So this is another thing that I'm interested in. Like you'll be able to manage your parts without actually having to launch the game. We are working on getting a referral system set up. Referrals are important for growing the player base, and we want to reward those that bring in a lot of players. So this is not going to be like the town store or the previous Gala referral system. This is going to be like they said, if you bring in friends and you get them to use your tank and they win like a couple of matches, or they do things that like people you bring in and you supply the tanks and you get them playing the game, you'll get a little bit of like Silk distribution for getting new players into the game. It's not going to be like a crazy thing, or it's not going to be like a crazy amount. It's just going to be like, you brought people into the game, thank you for bringing people into the game, teaching them the game, and like getting people to like just play our game. When horn and honk sounds on tanks. Ooh, that is one I didn't hear because I had to leave quite early, but that would be an interesting concept. A couple things that they did miss out on in this AMA summary was, I believe they said that you'll be able to re-roll like previous rolls. Like I think it was Chairbond that confirmed this if you go to the Spider Tanks discussion and scroll up to the time of the AMA. But I asked if you will be able to re-roll previous re-rolls. So if I got a decent or like a great and I want to re-roll it into an excellent, they are working on a system that allows you to do that. I don't know when it's going to be released, but that is in the works. A quick thing that you guys need to know is that Jason Bitbend Brink did release a Spider Tanks leak yesterday. And if you go to my Twitter here, I've posted the tweet that he's done. If you click on it, it shows Bucks in a tank. So you can see Bucks in like her own tank piloting. So there will be Bucks integration into Spider Tanks. I don't know what the form of the integration will be, but that is the leak in case you missed it. As I've said before, follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of the Gala game announcement updates and any information that I think you guys should know. I generally tend to post like leaks and then like patch notes, updates, audio versions of AMAs. Like this is a superior AMA, so you don't have to read through the text, or you don't have to watch the whole 42-minute AMA. You can just watch the 11-minute, 23-second summary here. That is pretty much it for this video, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell, because it's free and it's the easiest way to support me as a content creator. Don't forget to follow the Twitter for all the announcements so you don't have to scour the Discord. I do that for you and then post on my Twitter. I hope you enjoyed the audio version of the Spider Tanks AMA, and as always, I'll see you in the next Gala Games video.